Hey guys, thanks for joining me for a new video. Today, by request, I want to talk about the difference between evergreen designs and trending designs. So I know I've talked a lot about how print-on-demand strategy kind of evolves based on, well, a lot of different criteria, like what platform are we selling on, what restrictions are there, how many products can we upload a day, what type of products can we upload, etc., etc. So obviously we are all incentivized by making money, but there are other things that should drive our approach to print on demand. And one of those variables again is like, do we attack evergreens or trends or both? So I'm going to talk about that in today's video. I'm going to go jump on my computer and we can get started. Thanks again for joining me, guys. So I've got some examples prepared for this video of evergreen designs versus trend designs. I'm also going to explain like the difference between them and why I lean towards one more than the other for my Amazon merch business, which is where I prioritize most of my time and attention, because I do think Amazon merch has the highest earning potential, given that it's the #1 e-commerce website in the world with Prime eligible products. We're paid out a royalty, no customer service. I mean, what's not to love? Real quick, before we dive into that though, my name's Ryan Hogue. I've sold over $1.8 million on Amazon to date, including over $260K through Amazon merch. I've got a print on demand giveaway in the description. It's free to join. You can win my print on demand mega pack. 2 winners are selected each week, so check that out. Also, if you would like, I've got a free Amazon merch 7-day mini course. All I need is your email and I'll deliver 1 lesson a day to you. I've also got a Facebook community for merch. I publish my Amazon merch income reports each month. If you want to subscribe, you can follow along. And last but not least, I wrote a full Amazon merch course. It's over 70 lectures now, so it's packed with info. It's a full knowledge transfer from me to you. And the earlier you join, the more value you get out of it, because you start making more money earlier instead of leaving it on the table. All right, let's talk evergreens versus trends. So just to recap the difference between the two first, evergreen designs, they sell year round, or you should be able to project them selling year round relatively consistently. I mean, you have a higher likelihood of making sales around times like Christmas or the holiday season, the end of the 4th quarter, because there are a lot of people buying gifts, and just in general, commerce in general, e-commerce and brick and mortar, sales expectations are higher then. But just because the sale expectation's higher doesn't mean that the design that you're selling, the product you're selling, is a trend versus an evergreen. Both of them are going to see a boost in sales. But with evergreens, like, you're trying to essentially build a base of products that you can expect a sale from, let's just say once a month. That's just a number I picked out of the air. But in that case, like, you're trying to build a sustainable recurring source of passive income with evergreens. So some examples of evergreens would be like, I like motorcycles and cats and maybe 3 people. That's not tied to anything specific. Somebody can gift that to somebody for their birthday if they like motorcycles and cats, or maybe they just wear it themselves because they think it's funny, and that'll sell year round. Peace, love, and beer. Again, people like their alcohol year round. Sure, they might consume more of it right after Christmas, around New Year's, but this shirt, for all intents and purposes, it is an evergreen design. What about this shirt though? This says, "Cheers and beers to my 38 years." So this is time sensitive in that it's meant to be, I guess, gifted or worn by somebody who's turning 38 years old. So it's related to a birthday. You only get one of those a year. So is it a trend? Is it an evergreen? Well, this would still be considered an evergreen shirt, because there's however many hundreds of millions of people in the United States, and people are having 38-year birthdays all the time. Every single day somebody turns 38, and if they enjoy a beer, they could be the one buying this shirt, or maybe it's their friend that's giving it to them as a birthday gift and thinking it's hilarious when they go out to the bars to celebrate. Either way, this one, you could have a reasonable expectation of this selling truly year round, and a shirt like this, given that it's tied to a birthday, may not see the same statistical expectation of an increase in sales around holidays because it's tied to something arbitrary like a birthday. But trends, on the other hand, are tied more closely to either a time of year, for instance, Christmas, Easter, whatever. It could be holidays like that. Halloween's coming up. Also could be tied to things that are very time sensitive that will only come once, come and go, you know, it'll come to pass. For instance, anything tagged with 2020, you know, and this is why I don't know why people would buy shirts that say 2020 when you really think about it, unless they're going to like a rally or something. But if it says 2020, it's very year specific, or I guess maybe you just want to remember the year, although I'm happy to forget this year. I can't complain. I'm not going to lie. Like I already told you guys, this was a big year for me. I quit my job, started really diving, you know, all into my own online business, expanded my e-commerce business to YouTube, which is nice. I mean, we got to have our relationship here, even though it's one way through a webcam, but I appreciate everybody that talks in the comments so I get to know you guys a little bit better. But anyways, 2020 really hasn't been that bad for me, but I know it's been, you know, not that great for a lot of people. And that's probably why a lot of you guys are watching this, trying to generate some extra income, since those normal jobs were essentially, a lot of them disappeared because the businesses were forced to close. So anyways, 2020, that is a trend. Anything tagged 2020 to me is a trend. In this case, you were looking at two designs, both related to presidential debates. And those debates, they came, they passed. Some sharp people made some money off of it by selling t-shirts with quotes from those elected officials. And yeah, I mean, this would be an example of a product that initially, when you upload it, has the potential to make you quite a bit of money while these things are still fresh in people's minds on the news cycle. But long term, what is your projection of sales? Probably very low. You know, outside of the year 2020, these shirts will probably just get buried. I mean, you never know. Amazon's so big, you may actually find people that buy them, but most likely these shirts aren't going to sell well within like a month of the presidential debates, I'd guess. You know, additionally, these Halloween shirts. Now, if you don't tag a Halloween shirt with 2020 or with something associated with this year, you may actually be able to keep it up and expect to see repeat sales every single year. However, these ones in this screenshot, they all have a 2020 spin on them. Either they say 20, well, never mind, they all say 2020 in the design, but then you also see like the masks on there and the toilet paper meme above me. You guys remember early in 2020? So these I would not expect to sell outside of, again, this year. So, you know, after the run up to Halloween, which we're experiencing right now, and all these shirts, by the way, are pulled from page 1 of Halloween 2020, so they're all doing well. But and there's nothing wrong with this approach, by the way. I mean, you only really have to be tactful with your decision making if you're in the lower merch tiers. If you're in the higher tiers, I mean, you can attack trends and evergreens all day. I personally really lately have only been going after trends, or not, sorry, backwards, said that backwards. Evergreens is what I've mainly been prioritizing because it's just like, man, I'm stretched so thin, you know, there's not enough time in the day and I do get my 8 hours of sleep. So I don't like to sacrifice sleep for business. So it's like, for me to go after trends and try to make a short-term cash grab, if I don't feel like I'm very early to something that I know is going to be big, I don't know that it's worth my time. Like, you know, and also when you go after a new trend, it's like, you know, I love the all sunsets for my pre-made designs, but maybe that's not going to be what I need to get my vision for the new trend done. So a lot of times I just kind of skip over them recently. However, I mean, these people are doing really well. Also, speaking of all sunsets, I noticed this was also on page 1 of Halloween 2020. And I was like, hold up, I recognize that design. They said Quarantine-a-ween, and then they put a 2020 on the little pumpkin there. And again, this shirt's selling quite well. And I was like, I recognize that from somewhere. Oh yeah, that is one of the pre-made designs offered by All Sunsets, which you can join for $27. You get an annual license. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Show them some love. I only share services like that I believe in, that I use myself. So yeah, you can show them some love by using that. It is an affiliate link in the description. You also can help my channel out by doing that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it cleared up any confusion about the difference between evergreens versus trends. I think you should go and you should probably, in my mind, if I had to give you a split, go like 80-20, like 80% evergreens, 20% trends, unless you're in like the really low Amazon merch tiers, where again, you're incentivized to upload really just anything that will sell so that you get those sales to get that tier up. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for a tier up, just so you guys know, because I've seen this question so many times. They happen globally. So you get tiered up when everybody else does. and they don't announce when it happens. And right now, as of releasing this video, we seem to be due for one. I dropped a prediction randomly. I just guessed it would happen Thursday night, which is tonight. So good luck to everybody waiting for those tier ups. I know a lot of you guys have been crushing with the Amazon merch sales recently in the Facebook group, showing lots of pictures of really nice sales. I cracked $100 profit the last 2 days in a row, so no big deal. Let me dust my shoulder off. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Passive Income School is open. Enroll now at RyansMethod.com. Thank you.